Welcome to MTN Outdoors.
Welcome to this week's episode of MTN Outdoors. I'm John Riley, and I'll be your guide for this episode, which we are beginning on a somber note. Getting out and recreating under the big sky is part of why many of us call Montana home. Tragically, prominent Montana climber Kyle Rott passed away as the result of an ice climbing accident on Saturday, November 25th near Bozeman. MTN's Heaven Van reports.
Saturday night, Gallatin sheriffs received an alert near Grotto Falls, where a climber's GPS had alerted them of a fall. The climber was identified as 36-year-old Kyle Allen Rott, an avid member of the Bozeman climbing community. Jason Ravisky of the search and rescue team describes the rescue.
Just by chance, there was a group of 3 SAR members who were ice climbing at the time in the Grotto Falls area, who were able to deploy much quicker, just given their location to the accident scene.
Ravisky says that the report came from a hiker who witnessed the fall from a trailhead below. He says the hiker
was able to access the patient and use his spot beacon to send a notification signal with the coordinates.
After signaling officials, the hiker called sheriffs from the base of Highlight Canyon to provide further details of the accident.
During that time, the rest of the organization was deploying teams with equipment to the area, given that this was going to require a technical extrication and a significant amount of medical equipment to provide a higher level of care to that patient.
Kyle Rott was transported to Bozeman Health by rescuers, where he later succumbed to blunt force trauma injuries. Ravisky says that climbers take many precautions to ensure their safety, but the inherent risk of such an extreme sport can cause any accident to be severe.
I think our community should be very proud of our search and rescue volunteers that work tirelessly to provide rescue services.
In Bozeman, Heaven Van, MTN News.
General deer and elk season recently wrapped up, and I hope everyone who was out there looking were able to fill up their freezers. Trapping is still going on, but wolf trapping has been delayed in Montana. MTN's Jonathan Ambarian has more.
Environmental groups sued earlier this year, claiming that Montana's wolf trapping regulations were reasonably certain to cause incidental harm to grizzly bears. In response, a federal district judge in Missoula ordered the trapping season to be significantly shortened to the time when almost all grizzlies are expected to be in their dens for winter. Judge Donald Malloy ruled the plaintiffs had established serious questions about the impact if the trapping season went forward as planned. He issued a preliminary injunction and ordered the season in much of the state to be limited to January 1st through February 15th. The ruling applies across western and central Montana, where the vast majority of wolf trapping occurs. This summer, the State Fish and Wildlife Commission adopted wolf trapping regulations with a season running from November 27th to March 15th, but with a floating start date in areas considered occupied grizzly habitat. So trapping wouldn't begin until Fish, Wildlife, and Parks reported bears were in their dens in those areas. The plaintiffs argued the state had underestimated the chance of bears getting accidentally caught in wolf traps. Malloy said those arguments were persuasive, and that changes to this year's regulations made the risk higher. Governor Greg Gianforte issued a statement defending the state's management of both species and calling Malloy's ruling judicial activism. The state has already appealed Malloy's decision, but the appeals court hasn't taken any action so far. FWP leaders say they're going to continue to track when grizzlies are denning, in case the injunction is overturned and the floating start date reinstated. At McDonald Pass, Jonathan Ambarian, MTN News.
One of the benefits of living in Montana, the ability to see wildlife in so many places. The downside is sometimes those encounters can be a little too personal.
Being in southwestern Montana, we're all a little bit aware all the time of wildlife, whether that's recreating in bear country, whether that's going for a hike. There's always a chance of encountering wildlife, and the same goes for when you're on the road. Whether you're here in the mountains or if you're out in the valley, that chance of running into wildlife while you're driving is there.
This time of year, a chance to encounter wildlife on the road magnified by the weather, length of darkness, and the fact that animals are simply trying to survive. We use the highway system to move from place to place. Sometimes when the snow gets deep, wildlife uses it too.
West Yellowstone is one where there's bison on the road. Bison are very hard to see, especially in the dark, as well as places like Gallatin Gateway where we have elk crossing right there. But there's really that reality exists pretty much anywhere in Montana. You could encounter wildlife on roads.
Jacobson stresses the importance of slowing down, paying attention to your surroundings, and recognizing the warning signs. They're there for a reason. Near West Yellowstone, Chet Lehman, MTN News.
Wildlife managers and the city of Helena have started setting traps for the annual deer culling operation. To help reduce overpopulation, deer culling kills off part of the population, reducing the risk of damage caused and diseases spread by deer.
These are amazing animals. I respect them greatly. They're beautiful, and it's a privilege to get to live around them and be with them. But with anything, we have the ability as humans to help manage a healthy population.
The Montana Department of Fish, Wildlife, and Parks target number of deer for this year is the same as last, 250. Since Thanksgiving week, Helena Animal Control have set 12 traps and have killed 5 or 6 deer. To ensure the animal is euthanized in a humane way, once trapped, McCarthy and his partner use a bolt gun, which shoots a self-contained rod rather than multiple shots.
By the time my partner and I get to the trap and we start our process, it is seconds when that deer realizes there's something going on to when it is dead. It was really important to my partner and I that we focus on making sure that the deer are not harassed or that euthanization is prolonged in any reason or for any reason.
Along with reducing overpopulation in deer, deer culling gives FWP the opportunity to study the animals for any diseases like chronic wasting disease or tracking the spread of ticks. To find how you can request a deer trap in your area, visit our website. Deer culling will wrap up in the beginning of March, and the meat from the deer will be processed by Old Salt and donated to the Helena Food Share. In Helena, Allie Kaiser, MTN News.
While the general season for deer and elk may be over, Christmas tree hunting season has just begun, which brings us to our trivia. Montana is well known for its trees, but do you know how many trees from Big Sky Country have been selected to be displayed prominently in the nation's capital for Christmas? Find out the answer coming up next.
We now return to MTN Outdoors.
So, do you know how many trees from Montana have graced the lawn of the White House or the steps of the U.S. Capitol? So far, 4 trees from the Treasure State have earned the honor. The first was in 1958. Ike's tree was a 100-foot Montana spruce from the Kootenai, and the 26th National Christmas Tree. The first capital Christmas tree for Montana was in 1989, the same year the Berlin Wall fell. The Engelmann spruce, also from the Kootenai, was dubbed a symbol of freedom. The next capital Christmas tree for Big Sky Country was the Heart of Montana in 2008. The subalpine fir stood 78 feet and came from the Bitterroot National Forest. And in 2017, the People's Tree, a 79-foot tall Engelmann spruce, made the nearly 3,700-mile journey from the Kootenai National Forest to become the 3rd capital Christmas tree for Montana. And speaking of the Treasure State's great trees, Governor Greg Gianforte recently picked out Montana's Christmas tree. MTN's Derek Joseph has more.
Governor Greg Gianforte traveled from Helena to Greeno for the chopping down of the holiday tree that will go inside the Capitol building. Governor Gianforte went into the woods to the site of DNRC trust lands where the perfect holiday tree for the Capitol building was cut down. Before the tree was cut down, he met with the workers on the lumber site and signed a permit to remove and harvest this particular tree.
All right, well, we got the permit. I guess we can cut it down.
Kristen Baker Dickinson with the DNRC says the government using a tree from this site highlights the work they do in managing their land sustainably and how the organization operates.
This is a core part of how DNRC manages their trust lands is through timber management, and that we look forward to providing any opportunity for the public to be more educated into what and how we do things.
The tree will be set up and decorated in the Capitol building Monday, December 4th. In Greeno, Derek Joseph, MTN News.
With Thanksgiving officially behind us, people will be shifting their attention to the next big holiday, Christmas. And that includes buying Christmas trees and decorating the inside of their homes. But nationally, there's been a rise in prices for these trees. And that's why local vendors like those here at Roots Garden have had to get creative to combat those prices.
Historically, this facility has been kind of iconic.
When John Switzer opened up Roots Garden Center, where the old Billings Nursery used to be, he quickly found out how important their sale of Christmas trees was to the community.
We got a lot of phone calls from people that were asking, and it was just kind of a fun community thing that contributed to our experience here.
Those calls helped Switzer make his decision, but then times got challenging.
Trying to find Christmas trees has been over the last few years an incredible challenge because of the supply and demand.
Those issues felt nationally. According to the American Christmas Tree Association, the average price of a Christmas tree is up 10% from last year.
I'm proud to say we didn't actually raise any prices this year.
But Roots Garden says their prices have stayed the same after doing what they could to fight the rise.
We've been able to mitigate some of the cost expenses of that price point. We know that times are harder. I'm really grateful that here at Roots we've been able to actually change the conversation a little bit from price to value.
Switzer says they focus on the value of the experience, and it helps to sell other products at their store. But most importantly, their goal is to carry on tradition.
We just wanted to extend that heritage and continue that tradition for people and their families. Pretty exciting to be able to offer them and help people have a great Christmas experience at Roots.
In Billings, Charlie Kleps, MTN News.
The Dan Scott Ranch Management Program at MSU is training a new generation of ranch workers on important skills that could transform the agriculture and ranching industry.
There's been a definite need for more folks with the training to manage ranches.
Dr. Rachel Frost, the Dan Scott program lead, explains how this program is contributing to future generations of the ranching industry.
We have new folks coming in and purchasing properties that don't have any background in ranching. They're needing someone with the skills to manage not only the livestock that is on that property, but also to manage that really valuable asset of the land that they invested in.
The average age of a rancher now is something like 55 or 60 years old. So we need those young minds, that young attitude in the industry to further bring light on why this industry is so important.
Greg Collins is a senior in the program and Army veteran. His experiences in the military encouraged him to pursue ranch management.
I was overseas in 2018 and in the Middle East and saw the agriculture industry over there and how the people over there did what they could with so little, and that kind of triggered me to think about what we're doing in America with the opportunities that we have.
The Dan Scott program offers students the unique opportunity to learn outside the classroom through internships with partnering ranches, gaining skills that could only be realized in the field.
And it really just gets students out of their comfort zone. It's no longer a sit down and listen to a 2-hour lecture and take an exam on it. It is, here's the problem, how are we going to fix it? Or here's the solution, how did we get here?
Visit our website to find more information on the Dan Scott Ranch Management Program at MSU. In Bozeman, Heaven Van, MTN News.
Coming up after the break, we learn how a Billings distillery is dedicated to the Yellowstone River and learn more about meat processing in the state.
We now return to MTN Outdoors.
Welcome back. Montana's waterways are a precious resource here in the Treasure State. They provide home to fish that anglers like myself try to land. They're crucial for irrigation and agriculture. And it's a key ingredient in whiskey, bourbon, and beer. MTN's Jackie Coffin speaks with a distillery who's dedicated to the Yellowstone River.
If you're like me, there are some people on your holiday shopping list who have some very spirited requests.
What do you want for Christmas?
Bottle of booze.
Bottle of booze. I want bourbon.
And for a spirit lover in your life, there are many gift options made in Montana. Like Undammed Distillery in Billings.
Undammed is named after the Yellowstone River, longest undammed river in the lower 48 states.
The passion project of Alan Hodges, who has always found a calling in the spirit.
I was a minister, close to 40 years.
So how did Hodges go from sermons to single malt whiskey?
Unlike ministry, people are never done. But when I finish a whiskey and it's in a bottle and the label's on and it's packed in its case box, ready to go to the state warehouse, it's like, there's nothing else I'm doing with that.
Hodges operates Undammed with a German still and a clear purpose.
As a single malt Scotch drinker, the distillers in Scotland all make a big deal out of their water. So Billings water supply is the Yellowstone River. If we're going to make good spirits, we're going to have to start with good water.
Using Montana grains and water from the Yellowstone, you could call his gin, vodka, and whiskey farm to table, or rather, river to glass.
Next we have our Bear Skull Creek of Montana whiskey.
Each spirit is named for a tributary to the Yellowstone River.
Most of the Yellowstone River flows through eastern Montana, so I thought they needed some love too.
Deciding which bottle to gift, Hodges will give you a tasting tour.
Cheers.
For the whiskey lovers in my family, I picked Thief Creek Bourbon Whiskey. Made into a lip-smacking old-fashioned.
That is so good.
That supports local businesses and rivers with each sip.
Healthy small businesses make for a healthy community. I'm convinced of that.
In Billings, Jackie Coffin, MTN News.
The Montana Premium Processing Co-op is just one of a few locally financed meat processors in the state of Montana. On November 17th, they held their annual membership meeting to discuss ways to add further value to their facility.
We do not have the processing capacity here in Montana to feed ourselves. And that's why I joined with some other ranchers to start Montana Premium Processing Co-op.
That's Walter Schweitzer, president of the Montana Farmers Union. The deficit he's referring to centers around beef consumption. Currently, the state has the capacity to produce roughly 40,000 head of cattle a year, but eats around 100,000 head. But small, decentralized processing plants help increase accessibility and profitability to communities like Havre.
How many times I've heard, oh, it's so nice not to drive 3 hours to get an animal processed.
If we are building small cooperatives that are not in direct competition with the large consolidated meatpacking operations, it's harder for them to muscle out and manipulate market and prevent those from being successful.
Those that make up the Montana Premium Processing Co-op membership in Havre obviously prefer the transparency with which the plant operates.
If it's not a co-op, you go someplace else and you don't know who's running it, who's making the money. We know this way, at the end, as a co-op, later on, we start making money, we can pay dividends, and we get money back.
Aaron Bohm is a farmer and rancher from Rudyard. He says his product benefits in several ways by virtue of being processed locally.
The packaging is so much more clear, precise. My customers, they call, they get it, and they get exactly what they want.
By opening more small meat processors across the state, schools, neighbors, and others that make up small communities prosper off the meat rather than big box distributions undercutting profits.
Local community members and regional communities get to keep that value, which if you were to go to the Walmart and buy a steak, that value is distributed across a much wider swath.
And not to mention the jobs that come along with it.
So you guys, there's 6 jobs, new jobs in Havre that weren't here a year ago, and we're it.
From Havre, Owen Skornicase, MTN News.
As part of Thanksgiving festivities, families across the nation enjoy a turkey dinner. But how well do you really know the centerpiece of this tradition? Your holiday turkey is a Saurischian dinosaur. Yes, you heard me right, a dinosaur. Saurischian falls into the same category as a T-Rex and Velociraptor, so they've been around for millions of years. Turkeys are among the 5 largest flying birds in the world. According to the National Wild Turkey Federation, they can fly at speeds up to 55 miles an hour, though they usually choose to stay on the ground. Here they can be pretty speedy too, as a running turkey can reach up to 25 miles an hour. They also have incredible vision. Their eyes can see 3 times greater than 20/20 and have peripheral vision of around 270 degrees. Turkeys are known for the gobbling sounds they make, but only the males can make the iconic sound. Female turkeys will cluck much like a chicken, yelp, and even purr like a cat. If you don't hear them but find their droppings, you can determine a turkey's gender from what they leave behind. Males produce spiral-shaped poop, and females' poop is shaped like the letter J. Studies have shown that snood length, that fleshy thing on the forehead of males, is associated with turkey health. Studies also found that female turkeys prefer males with long snoods, and that snood length can also be used to predict the winner of a competition between 2 males. It may be hard to imagine turkeys roaming around 10,000 years ago at the same time saber-toothed tigers and woolly mammoths were walking the earth, but get this. According to the University of Illinois, turkeys have been around way longer than that. They've been here for over 10 million years. So how'd they get their name? It seems rather strange that a bird native to North America is named after a faraway country. Well, their name is kind of a mistake. When turkeys became popular to eat in England, they tasted similar to guinea fowl that were imported from the country Turkey, and thus gave the bird its now familiar name. Also, Benjamin Franklin never actually proposed the turkey as a symbol for America, but he did praise it in a letter as a much more respectable bird than the bald eagle. Although it's tradition to celebrate Thanksgiving with a turkey nowadays, the 1621 Thanksgiving dinner with English colonists and Native Americans only might have involved a turkey. From the only surviving documents that reference the original meal, we do know that deer, wildfowl, and corn was for sure on the menu. Wild turkeys were hunted to near extinction by the early 1900s, reaching around 30,000 individuals. But restoration programs across North America have brought the numbers up to 7 million today. Scripps News, Tanner Saul.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of MTN Outdoors. I'm John Riley. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you next time.